Hey, good morning. Happy New Year. You know, this time of year, everybody wants to know what your goals are. And I find that goal setting sucks. I always hated goal setting. And I think it was because I didn't understand what I should be doing. You know, I always thought about goal setting as I have to decide how many houses I'm going to buy this year or how many houses I'm going to sell this year. You know, it's always an outcome that I was setting a goal for, because that's the way people did it. They wanted to know, like back when I was in sales and selling cars, they'd say, how many cars are you going to sell this month? I don't know. How can I know how many people are going to, want to buy a car this month? How can I know? When I had the marine business, there was no way of knowing how many people were going to break their boat. You just don't know the answer to these questions. So how can you possibly set a goal? So to me, I got really blacked out about it when I was required to set a goal. And then I heard something that really turned it around for me. And I realized the error of my ways. I've always set goals based on an outcome, and you can't do that. And I think it was Jim Edwards said, you got to start setting your goals based on what you can control, what you can make happen without anybody else's assistance. This is what you've got to do. And I just want to pass that on to you, so hopefully it helps, some of you guys out, and you don't get caught up in that mentality of okay, I'm going to buy a house this month, but there's no real action involved with that. It's an abstract. I'm going to buy a house. There's no way you can know if somebody's going to be willing to sell you a house this month. And that also doesn't say what you're going to do to buy that house this month. So I found that if I stick to my daily goals, I separate out, okay, if I mail X amount of letters or I talk to X amount of people this month, then I almost positively I should have a sale. I should, be able to accomplish what I'd like to do. So then I break that out into daily goals, and you don't sleep unless you do those goals. If that goal is mail 30 letters a day, then my gosh, you mail 30 letters a day without fail. Do it the first thing when you get up in the morning, while you're having your coffee. Get those letters out. You go over your courthouse records every day to see who's gotten in trouble, see who's in foreclosure today, see who's got an eviction suddenly coming out of the woodwork. People that you can mail to, and stay on top of that, because it's so easy to just let things slide. Well, I'll look this weekend, and by that time somebody else has already got to them. You got to be Johnny on the spot all the time, and it's easy if you'll break it down into small daily segments where you can block out 30 minutes to do this, 30 minutes to do that, and you stay on top of everything. And you don't have to concern yourself with the outcome, because you're doing the work. You're making it happen. And that's, if you do the work to make it happen, it'll happen. If it can happen, it will. And you don't have to stress yourself out and a lot of people wind up working 24/7, 365, because they're trying to chase an abstract outcome that they actually can't control. So just want to share that with you. Try working from that angle. You'll find yourself a lot happier. And when your work's done, your work's done. You don't have to worry about putting in a lot of extra effort, because you know that you've already got the extra effort built into your daily goal.